morning.
Good morning, everybody.
From sunny Miami, much sunnier today.
It is much sunnier today. And this is the day that we have had in the planning for like 16 months. As we'll
excited.
be headed shortly over to get on Icon of the Seas.
The
And
third sailing.
Super excited about this, and it's gonna be fun.
We're going to be
It's gonna
celebrating
be-
Aaron's 16th birthday.
I think it's gonna be a pretty busy as in just a lot to see. Whole new ship,
I
whole
think
new
so too,
design.
but I also hope that it doesn't take away from the feeling of vacation. Like every time we go on ships and stuff, our
No, I
noises.
don't think it will. I think it's just gonna be. I think it's gonna be great.
Oh,
But first
no doubt
order,
about
but first
that.
order of the day,
Yeah, baby.
a caffeinated beverage. Coffee, caffeinated. Now we're good to
Not
go.
a sponsor. So I do want to say a couple things. This hotel that we stayed at has been great. We are like, we can look out the window and see the airport. We were just talking about a second ago. No noise traffic. Then they have all these little different restaurants that you can just literally walk out the door of the hotel and go eat at, like Jersey Mike's, Panda Express, and I don't know if they'll be here how long or whatever, but you can tell that they're also in the process of opening more restaurants. And Starbucks, we literally walked in, got our coffee, it was waiting on us. How often does that happen? So anyway, I also have been thinking about this. I've been reading a couple of stuff about how with the newer ships, the newer sailings, we will only be on the third sailing, that there's still a lot of kinks to work out. So I'm really hoping that with Royal Caribbean being such pros at cruising, that there's not a lot of kinks that they have to work out.
Hope so. I think. Well, this is third sailing. They did some shorter sailings prior to their inaugural, so I'm thinking everything's going to be in order.
Ooh, that Porta John stunk. Ugh.
Okay. Sheesh.
I think everything will be in order as well. I hope we will keep you posted when we get on the ship.
Let's get some breakfast and then we'll grab our stuff and head towards the ship. All right. Well, that was efficient. We got here out of the Uber at what, like 10:05?
Yeah.
And it is currently
It is 10:35.
it's 10:35 and we're boarding the ship. I mean, we've already checked in, scanned bags, and we are already.
Yeah, we weren't scheduled to get on the ship.
And we weren't scheduled. Now, this is not saying that you should arrive early, but it's just saying how efficient the process was, especially for a ship with this number of passengers.
Because of all the traffic.
But there it is. All right, here we go. Hey, good morning. Here we go on to Icon of the Seas. Morning. Oh my goodness. Thank you. Awesome. Wow. All right. On our way now to our muster station to get checked in there. And it's in the fitness center. Fitness. See, this is what every marriage has: one person who knows where they're going and one who doesn't. Just so happens.
Yeah, I
First impressions. I know we haven't walked around much.
Oh my gosh,
Wow.
just what we have walked around. I think Aaron has something to say.
It's like incredibly open design, like they talked about, and the amount of daylight, like where we're sitting now, is just as you would come up the steps from the Pearl, and it's a ton of daylight, and it's open.
And it's nice that they have all these extra seats, because any other time when you get on a ship, you have to either go sit like in the Windjammer until your room opens, or Sorrento's, but they've got all this seating.
And the promenade is much more open than it is on other ships, even on the Oasis class. And there's a lot more seating even on the promenade. I noticed like Sorrento's and the other venues there have a lot more seating. This area here, what is that, Pearl Cafe, just a lot of seating, and the openness of it.
Yeah.
Try to show it around a little bit. You can see just all the tables, and then you see how open it is through this area. Just gives a lot of space and a great view, great place to sit as we wait for the rooms to open. Also, something we just noticed, or that I just noticed, in a lot of areas they've added, if you can see underneath the table there, they've added plugs and USB ports, so those that are on their phones all the time, which a lot of us are, other electronic devices, you got plenty of places to charge them throughout the cruise ship anytime you're outside of your stateroom. And speaking of staterooms, we were in 9522, which is a standard ocean view balcony, not the infinite balcony. When you come into the room, the bathroom is immediately to the left, and then you see the king bed that converts into 2 twin beds. The sofa is a sleeper sofa. Our son slept on that. And one thing to note is he's about 5'6", 5'7", and he was able to stretch fully out on that sleeper sofa. We believe that it's a little bit longer than what you might find like on Wonder of the Seas. You also have the balcony there, 2 chairs and a table on it. On the vanity, you'll notice a lot of drawers, as well as the cooler that's down below. Also, there's a lot of power plugs, whether you have the European style or the regular 110 style. There's also USB ports all throughout the room, as well as USB-C, and you see a couple of USB ports there on each side of the bed, as well as when I turn around here, you'll see with the storage shelving that they've placed here, there's also USB plugs in that area. So a lot of places to charge your devices and a lot of storage space to keep your things while you're on the ship. As we move across, you see the closet area, as well as some shelves down below. A lot of hangers, plenty of space to hang things up. So whether it's shirts, pants, suits, or dresses, you have a full-length closet there for your longer items to accommodate those. And then the shelving, there's baskets in those. We weren't really a fan of the baskets, but they worked and provided us with ample storage space for all of our clothes. As you move around to the side here, you see a full-length mirror. Behind that, again, more storage space, as well as the in-room safe. So again, just a lot of storage areas, a lot of place to keep things and pack it away while you're on the ship. As we move into the bathroom, again, they've really done well with utilization of the space, giving you plenty of shelving, areas to hang things up or to place your different toiletry items while you enjoy your cruise. And we also noted that the shower is a lot bigger than your standard showers, what you've seen on previous ships. There's also a bench in the shower, so if you needed to sit down or ladies to shave legs, it's a lot easier to use that space. And then when we move back outside of the bathroom, you'll see the lighting controls and thermostat. On that, one thing to note is that if you use one of the mode functions down here, that will also automatically adjust your heat and AC, so just be aware if you use those, it's going to adjust your heat and AC. So if you have connecting rooms, the way they connect now, at least on Icon, is they connect on the outside, so you can close these doors, and then your staterooms are still have the two separate doors. If you were traveling as a family, you could just close these outer doors, and then you could walk between the rooms on the inside. You'd still have to use your C-Pass to access each one, but it gives you a little more privacy. So if it's mom and dad over here and the kids over there, and then the access with those doors shut is still with the C-Pass. So pretty cool. Pretty cool how it connects down. Well, hello again, and we are at the end of day one.
At the end of day one and the beginning of day two. It's 12:45.
I know we said we'd catch up, but there was so much going on, so much to do, and we had a good time today.
Oh yeah, a really good time.
This cruise, I'll start off by saying they told us it was full, which just means that every room was occupied. Doesn't mean it's max occupancy, but every room's occupied. And at least today, it didn't feel that way at all.
No.
Now, there are a ton of venues on this ship that people can go to and enjoy, and I think maybe that disperses the crowd pretty good. We did a lot of things.
That we were
walked
shocked.
through the ship, just saw a good portion of it, and I don't think it's too big. I was kind of worried, as a lot of people said, is it going to be too big? I don't think so.
No. Even though you say we saw a good portion of it, there's still so much
But
we
there's
haven't
still
even
so
seen
much that
yet.
we haven't even been. There's several decks we haven't even been on. We did go to, I'm trying to think back, once we got on the ship, we sat near the Pearl Cafe,
Yeah,
You
and that
waited.
was a great place just to hang out with your bags, because we keep our check bags with us just in case something weird happens to the luggage.
So as soon as you board this class of ship, you go through the Pearl. And I say this class because eventually they'll have Star
Right.
next year, so there'll be two of them. You come through onto the ship, go through the Pearl up to that's deck 6 where the Pearl Cafe is.
Mm-hmm.
Big windows, big open space. And we just sat there until the rooms were ready.
Yeah.
And it was a good place to hang out. Once the rooms were ready, we came to the room, dropped our stuff off, and then went and got lunch at the Windjammer.
And talk about a phenomenal lunch. We have never had a lunch like this on Embarkation Day in the Windjammer, nonetheless. They had lobster, they had shrimp cocktails, they had salmon, they had prawns.
They had all the fish and seafood prawns.
All you could
oysters,
eat. That's
scallops,
never. That
all
has
on the buffet.
never happened before.
It was good.
It was very good.
It was very good.
I found out I don't like prongs. They are way too fishy. Ugh. But I love shrimp, but not those prongs. Ugh.
And from there we went down to Playmakers.
Played some pool.
And then saw what's the
Zero.
Absolute Zero.
Absolute Zero, yeah.
Ice is where they have the ice shows, which we did see that this evening. Phenomenal show.
And I think that show is better than the one of Wonder of the Seas.
I think so.
I think it's the best one we've ever seen.
I think it's the best ice show that we've seen with Royal. Just some of the things they
and
did.
it wasn't crowded either. There was
no, it wasn't.
But we did do the later show.
We did, and we did it on day
and by
one.
later we say it was 9:00. So, but that was the later show for that time. But definitely, the entertainment is free. The shows are free. Take advantage of it and go see them.
We had dinner in the main dining room tonight.
Very fast service.
And we actually had reservations at 7:15.
Yeah.
We went early, got there about 10 till 7. They seated us right away. We got our drinks, our appetizers, our main course, our desserts, a coffee, and we're out of there in 1 hour flat. And that is the fastest service. And it didn't feel rushed. It just felt like they were very on top of things. The quality of food was really
so
good.
I will say I do have a complaint because this ship's not perfect. I didn't like the fact that, and he's a super nice guy, and he's learning, he's doing his best, but the language barrier. And so I ordered a mocktail margarita. I've gotten it so many times before. Never had an issue. And he just didn't understand, and he was like, no, I can't do that, but I'll bring you something different. And I was disappointed because I didn't want a frozen drink. I wanted something not as heavy as a frozen drink.
I think that was just language barrier.
I think so. But then the coffee that we had ordered afterwards also, the guy right next to us, and if you've ever been on a cruise ship, those tables are tight, literally right next door to us. And he had ordered it, what was it called?
A cafecito?
A cafecito.
I tried to order the same thing and couldn't get it.
Yeah.
So
the guy was like, yeah, we
don't know what
have
happened
those.
there.
Yeah, he was like, we don't have those. But the main waiter had told him what to get. So anyway, language barrier and
that's a minor.
And it's nothing to be like upset and mad and nothing like that, because he brought us an espresso and that was fine. Aaron got to try an espresso for the first time, so it was good. The food was good. To the show.
Then we went to the ice show after dinner. That's where that took place.
And
then
if you do go to those shows and you're like me and you freeze a lot, take a sweatshirt or something in there. I didn't need it afterwards, but just while we were sitting in there,
and then
it's cold.
And then we went to the Royal Promenade and hung out there for the balloon drop that they did at midnight.
Did the sing-along
but prior
first.
to that, they do a sing-along for like 45 minutes.
Yeah, and that's
Everybody's
fun.
just hanging out on the promenade, play some music. Everybody sings, dances, and they do a balloon drop at midnight with 10,000 balloons. And then they had the big recycle where they ask everybody to help clean up.
And it's awesome to
all
hear
the
it
pop
pop.
balloons.
It sounds like fireworks or whatever afterwards. So there, it is loud, and I saw a lot of little kids covering their ears like they weren't prepared for it, and some adults also.
Yeah, it was pretty loud in there.
I do want to say, etiquette is a big thing. And when you see people standing, don't jump right in front of them. So, I mean, that's just so rude, because I was standing right there at the
It's a little balcony overlook.
Yeah, I was standing right there, and this woman just comes and just bam gets right in front of me. So I see, and I'm just like, I'm standing here.
And she finally moved, but then another lady got in front of you.
No, she was. She
she
asked
was
me.
nice.
She did ask me. She
she
said,
made a
"Can I
couple
take a
pictures
picture?" And I'm
and
like,
then-
"Yeah, go
and then
ahead." So when you have to dance and purposely throwing your arms around and look like a moron so nobody will come beside you, then you dance. But then even like in the when we were at the ice skating show, don't talk during the show.
People talking during the show.
That's just so rude.
They eventually quit, but
Yeah.
for the first 10 minutes or so,
They
they were
actually
talking.
didn't.
So,
Oh, they didn't quit talking?
No, I could hear them the entire time where I was at.
No.
anyhow,
Yeah.
but overall, a really good day. Pleased with the ship, pleased with everything we've done today. Would highly recommend it at this point. So we'll just keep you updated as the week goes along. Tomorrow's a day at sea, and the temperature is supposed to be, well, I say cool. It's supposed to be a little on the cool side. 70 degrees, I think, is the high. So we'll see if we do anything in the water. Might be doing more stuff inside. We'll just see how the day goes. But other than that,
And I did want to say, just from walking around and looking at all the different places, if the Windjammer is not your thing, there are so many places to get free food that's included.
there's a ton
So
of free
much free
places.
places.
The waiter said that for breakfast there's about 9 restaurants open.
Right.
Right, for breakfast there's 9 different options. But yeah, don't feel like you have to immediately go to the Windjammer. There's so much.
There's a lot of
And there's some
complimentary
places that I
food.
want to try. I don't want to just go run up to the Windjammer for lunch.
Yeah, we'll try some places out.
Yeah.
Anyhow, we're gonna try to get a little bit of sleep, and then enjoy a day at sea tomorrow.
Yeah.
So we'll see you tomorrow.
I see what you did.